corner, we want to make sure we do the work before we have to do the work. What I mean by that is we want to make sure we are ready to shoot before we need to. So we're going to pre-aim our stick essentially. So as I'm getting up and ready to approach GLE, as soon as I'm about one step behind goal line extended, I'm going to point my stick head out to the corner of the midfield line and the sideline. What this does is brings my stick in line with the target already, so that all I have to do now is have that stick on a shelf, get around the natural curve of the crease, maybe throw a fake, and then finish inside. So when we're talking about turning the corner, we want to make sure we do the work before we need to do the work. What I mean by that is we want to make sure we're ready to shoot before we need to shoot. So as soon as I come out of my dodge at X, I'm approaching GLE, getting ready to turn the corner. So I point that stick head up to midfield as I cross GLE to make sure my stick is square to the goal. And then I want to make sure as I move, I leave that stick on a shelf. As I step, I maybe throw one fake, then finish by snapping those hands with that good turnover, making sure that the hands do all the work and the body is just what moves me to my spot. All right, so Emmett here is going to show us a few reps of this drill, and I'll kind of be talking along with him as he goes. All right, so we're set. Go. Stick up field and finish. Good. Again, make sure every time you finish them, you snap those hands through, because it's all about that turnover of directing that ball where we want to go. Go. Break GLE, get that stick up, one fake. Beautiful. Right there, you notice he takes that big swing step with his right foot, and that squares him up to his target and it increases his angle even more. Go! Beautiful. In closing, make sure those hands come out early and make sure we're pre-squared ready to execute our move.